Debonair. Okay.
What's good, y'all? Shout out to Notification Gang for hitting the like button. And the building name is Star Chat. Y'all the village ones in it. I appreciate you anyway. He calls women hyenas. How not to communicate. So, fellas, do you call women hyenas? First of all, I don't even know what the term hyena. I think I understand what it is, or I think I know what it means, but I could be wrong. But let's get into it, y'all. Fellas, do you call women hyenas? Number one. Number two, what is your definition of a hyena? Let's get into it, y'all.
We can have the conversation, but when you started doing name calling things, I don't have tolerance for that.
Say you felt some type of way when I said the word hyena, talked about hyenas.
Called women hyenas.
There are women hyenas, and I'm going to stand on that. There are women hyenas in this society, and I need you to research this for yourself.
I'm not researching this nonsense.
No, because you research everything else. I need you to research it so you can understand. It's a mindset. It's a mindset. Person is giving you something, and I'm saying this is an analogy, but it's a true statement of what exists in this world. So research it.
I'm not researching. It's nonsense.
Oh my God.
You're calling women hyenas. It's nonsense.
There are hyenas in this world.
There are literal animals that are called hyenas in this world.
There are hyenas, and I'm going to stand on that 100% until you're receptive enough.
I am not going to receive that.
Until you're receptive enough to look it up.
Absolutely
to understand there's a mentality of women that are out here encouraging our children. Now, look, I'm going on a whole nother tangent right now.
I got 4 minutes.
Oh, I'm on time. I'm on time, baby. There's a mindset of women that are encouraging our children, that are encouraging other relationships, that are on the forefront.
Okay.
The hyenas are quick to say you don't need a relationship, you don't need a
Why
husband.
don't you just express what you just expressed, which is totally fair. Everything you just said is fair. That's your experience that you've had. There are those type of women. I do not negate that. I do not say that those kind of women don't exist. To throw in the word hyena is just silly.
To you.
It just, I mean, it's like when we do stuff like that, where we use words and things like that to be insulting, then you take away your point that you're trying to make. If you've had those experiences and that's a dialogue and a conversation you absolutely want to have about women from your experience, then let's have that talk. But then when you start saying names like that, you deflect and you take away from your point. I think it's ridiculous what you're saying.
In your brain.
Yes, in my brain.
So I watched a lot of antics within my community, within my surroundings, that tore up communities and everything. But this is what I experienced.
You don't think some of your perspective on women doesn't tear up a community?
I don't look down on women.
You have this, most women are, you don't look down on women. The man who's calling women from his community hyenas says he doesn't look down on women.
Yes.
The man that says that every woman leaves because there's another man or she's taking from you and this and this and that.
I didn't say that.
You absolutely have said that.
I didn't say she's taking away from you. I didn't say
you said every time a woman leaves, she takes. Is that what you said?
Yes, she does.
Okay, so you did say that.
She does.
So you're someone who has this utmost respect for women, but everything you spew out of your mouth has never been something that is respectful of women. So how do we explain this contradiction?
Do you think so?
I'm just basing on what.
Okay, let me. Hold on. I'm trying to gather what the hell is happening here, what's going on. So listen, again, I don't fully understand what the term hyena is from what I've gathered prior to this video and watching this video. Honestly. From what I gathered, and again, y'all correct me if I'm wrong, but from what I've gathered from my previous hearings of the word and from what I've heard in this video, I believe a hyena is someone that's toxic to other women, converts them into being other hyenas as far as being toxic, being the, overly promiscuous, you know what I mean, sexually liberated, teaching them, oh, okay, it's okay to have random kids and all those other things. Again, I could be wrong, but that's what I've gathered so far from what a hyena is. And if that's the case, I mean, yeah, you can call them hyena. That's on you. Me personally, I wouldn't do it, but yeah, I would suggest you damn do it. If that's what you feel most comfortable with using, go for it. Because when it comes to women and the men that they don't like, women have no problem showing that they don't like the man, number one, and then number two, coming up with these crazy ass terminologies, i.e. dusties. Dusty. I was like, it took me a while. I remember when I first heard that term, I think 2.5, 3 years ago. And I was like, what the hell is a dusty? I was like, what does that mean? And I figured it out. Man, that's broke, dirty, bummy, or whatever y'all want to call it. But they come up with these types of terminologies, and men in turn have now come to do the same damn thing. Y'all cannot take what y'all dish out, and that's what I'm starting to see and hear from women. Again, this is a term that I won't use. I've heard it multiple times throughout YouTube and Instagram and stuff like that. Me personally, y'all have never seen or heard me say or call a woman a hyena on my channel, and it probably won't happen. But to touch on what he's been saying, if that's how he feels from his personal experiences, I cannot come and say, oh, well, he's wrong because of that. No, I can't do that. That's how he feels. He lived his life, how he lived it, and he saw what he saw. That's how he feels. Honestly, bro, if I'm being really honest, I think Buddy's wasting his time going back and forth talking to this woman because she's headstrong, you're headstrong on your point and your opinion and versus her thoughts and her opinions, and you are never going to meet in the middle. So what's the point of even having this debate for, I'm assuming for clicks and views and money, obviously, but there's no point of even having this debate. She's too deeply rooted within herself to be open-minded to hear what you have to say as far as your explanation, and you are too deeply rooted and closed-minded to help her understand where you're coming from. Let's keep going, y'all.
No, see, you just put me in a category because what you just said is I don't respect women. I respect women. I have the utmost respect for women.
I'm asking you.
I don't respect hyenas.
Okay, God. You can ask me if I am the mindset of a specific type of woman and describe that woman.
Man.
But I am not going to buy into this.
That's
BS
what I'm talking about when I say be receptive.
I am hearing you loud and clear.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
Okay, so let me tell you what I heard. I heard in one sentence that there are a specific type of women, and you're very descriptive for these women that you don't consider women, you consider them hyenas, right?
Mm-hmm.
You take a certain type of woman, and your word to describe that woman is the word hyena.
Yes.
Okay? Now, I am not going to participate in this word. Now, if you want to ask me if I have the mindset of those kind of women and you describe those, I can answer to that. But I'm not going to pour into this ridiculous narrative with
because
sense.
Your brain has shut off to anything I have to say when it comes to that.
You're right. I'm not listening to this hyena conversation. It's
so
ridiculous.
If you look up what I'm saying, it will make more sense to what I am saying, an analogy I'm giving.
I don't need to compare women to hyenas. If you have a problem with a certain type of woman, just speak to the problem.
Okay,
dude.
If I have a problem with anybody, I'll speak to them. It's not just a woman or a man.
Okay, but I don't need to call a thing a name to make me feel better about my experience. It's like, just say the thing, dude. Just speak to the problem. Why do they have to have a name called hyena? That's ridiculous and it's immature.
Because it's something that is hurting our children, our communities, our families.
Speak to that. That's valid. Speak to that. Make that real. Make it tangible. If it's something you're very passionate about, then be the man that speaks about that. You shrink yourself with what you're doing.
You just categorize me. You just categorized me and saying I have a problem with women. That's what you just said.
Just now I just said that?
You said that before and you're saying it again right now indirectly that I don't have a problem with women. I have a problem with a certain mentality.
I literally did not just say that.
It's an okay debate to have. I don't take nothing personal.
I agree with you.
I don't take nothing personal.
Okay.
All right. I love you dearly. We can debate all day long.
I agree with you.
And we can be passionate all day long.
Yeah.
When we're talking,
but we shouldn't call names.
Shout out to them, man. I mean, he said he loves her. I don't know if they're dating or maybe they know each other for a long time. Coach Lorraine Lindsay, I guess. I mean, shout out to them, man. I mean, again, y'all, like I said, I could be wrong, but what is y'all definition of a hyena? From what I've gathered, again, I think that's what it is. Like the sexy reds poisoning other women, the Sukianas poisoning other women, the Amber Roses, the Black Chinas poisoning our younger women and young children. Those are considered hyenas. And if my assessment is accurate, I would say that's a damn fairly accurate word to use for that, instead of the other word, which y'all don't like. Y'all definitely don't like that word. But again, I want y'all to comment down below. Let me know what you thought about this video, but also tell me what your definition of a hyena is. Thanks for watching. And until next time, please, may I be safe, Erica.